Welcome to The Explainer. We've got a breaking situation that has just dropped the New York City mayor's office right into the center of a massive political controversy. Here's what happened. Reports recently surfaced showing that the mayor's international affairs commissioner had actually scheduled a meeting with Iran's United Nations ambassador. But almost as soon as the media started asking questions about it, that meeting was abruptly canceled. So today we are going to break down exactly what went down, step by step. We'll look at the facts, the official statements, and the intense political fallout to give you the complete picture. Okay, let's dive right into this. The entire mystery of this incident really boils down to one fundamental question. Is this just a simple administrative mistake? A standard bureaucratic slip-up in a massive city government? Or is there a much larger political story hiding just beneath the surface? To understand the sheer magnitude of this event, we really have to look at how a seemingly routine calendar invite transformed into a headline-grabbing controversy literally overnight, and what it tells us about the collision between global diplomacy and local city politics.
Here is our roadmap for today. We are covering 1. The canceled meeting itself, 2. The local concerns it generated, 3. The broader US-Iran tensions, 4. The debate of security versus routine diplomacy, and 5. The future rules moving forward. Let's get into it.
Part 1. The canceled NYC meeting. Let's peel back the layers and see how this actually unfolded.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the incredibly rapid sequence of events. It's like watching dominoes fall. According to reports, a meeting was originally planned by the NYC International Affairs Office with the Iranian UN ambassador. But look at how fast this escalated. Within a tiny window of time, the media caught wind of this planned interaction and started firing off questions. And the absolute second those inquiries hit, the meeting was canceled. It was this rapid-fire sequence that forced an immediate, scrambling response from the top levels of city government, turning what was supposed to be a quiet sit-down into a very public headache. When the media confronted the mayor, his office fired back with a very specific defense. First and foremost, he emphatically stated that the meeting never actually occurred and that it was canceled immediately. Crucially, the mayor said he was completely in the dark, totally unaware of the meeting until the media inquiries started coming in. In fact, the commissioner officially labeled the scheduling an administrative error. To stop this from ever happening again, the mayor announced a new approval process is incoming. The overarching argument from his team is basically this: New York is an international hub. Communicating with global diplomats is usually just a routine professional part of the job. It's a defense clearly designed to de-escalate the whole situation. Moving to part 2, local concerns and reactions, because this incident instantly sparked friction inside City Hall. And this brilliantly illustrates the local debate. We essentially have two completely different perspectives looking at the exact same administrative action. On one side, critics are asking a huge structural question. If a meeting this sensitive was on the books, how on earth did the mayor not know about it? They're arguing this exposes severely weak communication and deeply flawed approval processes. But on the flip side, the mayor's supporters are saying, hold on, an international affairs office is quite literally built to arrange meetings with diplomats. They point out that delegating these meetings is routine, and it's completely unrealistic to expect every single calendar invite to cross the mayor's personal desk. It's a fascinating divide on how people view bureaucratic responsibility. Let's zoom out now for part 3, the US-Iran tensions. This is where a local scheduling error becomes a massive geopolitical issue. You absolutely cannot evaluate this canceled meeting without looking at the broader Middle East security crisis. This controversy bubbled up at a time when relations between the United States and Iran were already incredibly strained. Recent regional incidents have pushed global security concerns to a boiling point. And because of this incredibly tense background, any diplomatic interaction involving Iran is instantly put under a massive magnifying glass by the public and the press. The stakes are sky high, which means the margin for error is 0. A simple calendar invite that might have been totally ignored 10 years ago is now front-page news. As political analysts observing the situation have pointed out, timing made this issue controversial. In a normal period, it might not make headlines. And that is absolutely essential context for us. It wasn't just that a meeting was scheduled, it was exactly when it was scheduled. The geopolitical friction right now acted like gasoline, transforming a standard diplomatic invite into breaking news. Timing is literally the reason this administrative error caught fire so fast. That brings us to part 4, security versus routine diplomacy. Let's look at how the nation is reacting. So the crucial point is how commentators and politicians have split into two very distinct camps here. In the security-first camp,
Several conservative commentators have come out swinging, demanding that extra caution absolutely must be taken when dealing with officials from sensitive nations. For them, national security is the ultimate priority and totally overrides any standard city protocol. But over in the routine diplomacy camp, analysts are arguing that standard communication needs to be kept entirely separate from broader political conflicts. They maintain that for a global city like New York, which actually hosts the UN, diplomatic chats are just a normal, necessary function of keeping the city running day to day.
Let's move on and see how this builds into Part 5, Future Rules and Investigations. What happens next? The forward-looking fallout from this is already in motion. Step 1, the mayor's office is implementing a brand new internal review system for meeting requests, basically to make sure they never get surprised like this again. Step 2, the city is now waiting to see if the city council is going to launch a formal investigation to figure out exactly where the original approval process broke down. And finally, Step 3 is assessing the long-term political impact. Will this leave a permanent mark on New York politics, or will the new rules smooth things over? The meeting might have been canceled, but the debate is far from over. Which leaves us with a really provocative, lingering question. How exactly should a massive global city balance international diplomacy with national security concerns? It is a serious tightrope to walk. Do you think the mayor's explanation of an administrative error was enough, or does the city need far more transparency in how it manages global interactions? Take a second to think about that and definitely drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.